The opinion of others is a trap, not because people are always wrong about us, but because our need to be understood, approved of, or praised becomes a form of slavery. It binds us to a narrative that isn't ours. It turns us away from our own path and redirects our energy toward pleasing, defending, or proving ourselves to an audience that is constantly shifting, often confused, and frequently focused on things that are far from virtuous. Marcus Aurelius said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." In that paradox lies the seed of our suffering. We live for recognition. We try to appear good instead of being good. And in doing so, we give away the most sacred thing we possess, our inner peace. The Stoics taught that the only thing that truly belongs to us is our judgment, our ability to choose how we interpret and respond to life. Once we let other people dictate what is admirable, what is right, what is acceptable, we begin to abandon our own logos, our own reason, our own clarity. We become reactive. We become shaped by the crowd, moved by every whisper, inflated by applause, and deflated by silence. This is the opposite of freedom. This is dependency masked as connection. Epictetus was crystal clear. If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Why would a wise man say such a thing? Because he understood that true growth often looks like madness to the world. When you stop playing the games of status, appearance, and conformity, you become a threat to the fragile structures others cling to. They'll laugh. They'll criticize. But if your goal is virtue, not validation, you will not care. The Stoic does not hate others. He does not withdraw in bitterness. He simply becomes indifferent to praise and blame. He is not better than others. He just chooses to play a different game. A game where the scoreboard is internal, where progress is measured by self-discipline, resilience, clarity, and courage, not likes, followers, applause, or status. Think of the ancient Roman Forum. Crowds gathered. Public speakers performed. Opinions flew like arrows. A Stoic philosopher, however, stood still in the chaos. He was unmoved, not because he didn't care about people, but because he cared more about what was right than what was popular. His focus was on his character, not his image. And that's exactly what we are called to remember today. In a world addicted to opinion, where every action is shared, liked, and commented on, the modern Stoic must reclaim the quiet power of detachment. We must stop needing to be understood. We must stop explaining ourselves. We must stop measuring our worth by the shifting reactions of the crowd. This doesn't mean we become arrogant. It means we become free. There is humility in detachment. You recognize that people are allowed to misunderstand you, that your job is not to persuade everyone of your worth, but to live with integrity even when no one is watching. Especially then. Seneca wrote, "What you think of yourself is much more important than what others think of you." But even this has a Stoic twist, because even your opinion of yourself must be grounded in reason, not ego. It's not about liking yourself. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about seeing yourself clearly, the good and the bad, and choosing to align with virtue regardless. Freedom from the opinion of others begins with a shift in perspective. You stop asking, "Do they like me?" and start asking, "Am I living in accordance with my principles?" You stop fearing criticism and start fearing moral compromise. You stop chasing approval and start chasing excellence. This isn't easy. It requires daily practice. It requires that you notice the subtle ways you perform, the way you edit your truth, exaggerate your story, shrink your voice, or smile when you want to speak. These are moments of self-betrayal, not because they are evil, but because they disconnect you from yourself. The Stoic path calls you back to your center. It asks, who are you when no one is watching? Who are you when everyone is watching? Is there a difference? And if there is, what are you still attached to? You'll find that most of your suffering comes not from what people say, but from the meaning you assign to their words. One person mocks you, you feel ashamed. Another praises you, you feel inflated. But both reactions are forms of dependence. Both mean your inner state is being controlled by outer noise. To be Stoic is not to be numb. It is to feel fully and choose wisely. It is to hear the noise of the world and respond with silence. Not passive silence, but powerful silence. The silence of someone who knows who they are and doesn't need to shout it. This strength comes from within. It is not given by applause and cannot be taken by criticism. You develop it by sitting with discomfort, by letting people misunderstand you, by letting go of the urge to correct, to explain, to prove. You act rightly, and you let go of the outcome. This doesn't mean you stop listening. Feedback can be useful, but you filter it through your reason, not your ego. You ask, is there truth in this? If yes, you adjust. If not, you discard it. Either way, you remain grounded. You are not moved by the winds of flattery or the storms of judgment. You stand like a lighthouse, steady in your values. And here's the paradox. The more you detach from opinion, the more people start to respect you. Why? Because your confidence isn't loud. It's quiet, but unshakable. It's not based on reaction. It's based on alignment. People can feel when someone is anchored, when someone has nothing to prove. That kind of presence is rare and powerful. But even this should not be your motivation. The Stoic seeks freedom, not admiration. Respect, if it comes, is a side effect, not the goal. The goal is to live in harmony with nature, with reason, with virtue. That is enough. So the next time someone criticizes you, pause. Don't react. Observe what it triggers in you. Ask yourself, is this about them? Or is this touching a place where I still seek approval? Use the moment as a mirror. Let it reveal what's left to detach from. And when you are praised, do the same. Don't bask in it. Don't reject it either. Just note it and return to your work. Because real mastery is quiet. It needs no validation. The Stoic path is one of inner authority, of choosing to be sovereign in a world obsessed with noise. You do not need to be liked. You do not need to be understood. You need to be aligned. And when you are, your life becomes an act of service, not to the crowd, but to truth. And that is the ultimate freedom.